87 maybe.
5.5 years ago.
Yeah. So in her late 80s, right? And I called her and I says, what are you doing? She says, oh, I just sold the tractor. I said, that's great. And I said, and she goes, yeah, but I had to have him wait because I had to change the tire. It was flat.
Oh my goodness.
Got it changed.
You're amazing, Auntie.
Auntie Toshi is really too much.
Look at my, see, honey.
Hey, Jack.
Hi, Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack, hi.
Good.
See,
Yeah.
relative.
Before they left the farm, she said, I got to get out of here. So I'm tired of chasing cows down the road.
I chased a lot of cows.
Yes.
Do you see?
If you remember, Auntie, I called and said, do you want me to come and help you? And she goes, no, because then I feel like I have to entertain people.
I know, we were going to go visit you. And she said, don't come.
I tell you, all I do, I get up in the morning and it takes me 2.5, 3 hours to, he's on a permanent catheter. What do they call it?
Catheter.
Foley.
Catheter.
Foley.
Super pubic.
Suprapubic. So I have to change it in the morning. I have to change it from night to day. And then in the nighttime, I have to put it from day to night. It takes me a good 2.5 hours in the morning after I get him out of bed to change his catheter and change his bandage where they've got the tube going in and give him all of his shots.
Hi, Kevin.
Goes on all
You're a
day.
good caretaker.
Yes.
Big
Wake
job.
up, sweetheart.
So Uncle Jack is now what, 94?
7,
97.
97.
My goodness.
97,
And Auntie Toshi, you're going to be 92.
2.
Wow.
Okay. On the 20th. So, and Jane's birthday was January 5th.
Right.
Mom's is the 19th and Toshi's is the 20th.
And let's see, we've got a lot of January. See, his birthday was the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We were married on the 18th.
70th wedding anniversary, guys.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
really?
my word.
Wow.
70.
That's a great.
She
Great
sure
record.
acts like Aunt Kay.
Wish we had your wedding picture out. I remember
We
how
looked young,
beautiful.
didn't we?
Huh?
Didn't we look young?
Oh, you were young. Yeah, that was a beautiful wedding.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Auntie,
Uncle
was it?
Jack, are you still using the bicycle?
Yeah, he rides his bicycle every day. But I sit right by him and hold on to him, you know, so he
Yeah.
won't fall off.
Right.
Yeah,
Auntie Toshi, do you know everybody in the picture? Do you know Carol? Wave your hand.
years
that's-
and years and years ago.
Carol was married to my brother Butch.
Mhm.
She's now married to another wonderful man in Milwaukee. And Ilsa, hold up your hand. Ilsa was married to our cousin Bob, Gracie's brother. Right. And she's married to another wonderful guy now.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Bob died how many years ago?
10 years ago.
Gosh, has it been that long?
Wow.
He was only 60.
That's not right.
Seems, I didn't think it was that long ago, of course.
Well, and Sue, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Julie. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
Sue.
still kind of plowing through paperwork and stuff. But it's good.
Well, I imagine everything is so different for you because I can't imagine that you'd be teaching under these circumstances with
No, they
COVID.
canceled the Japanese program last year and probably this year too. I can't imagine that they're going to open the school for them. So, but I'm keeping busy. Started skiing again 2 weeks ago.
Where's the snow?
It's called a place near Wenatchee. You know where cousin Carol lives. It's about 12 miles from there. And I go up with a bunch of women, about 4 to 6 of us. We went up yesterday and one of them fell down coming off the chairlift, and
Oh,
I think she's got a torn something or other behind her knee.
Oh,
uh-oh.
She's not walking very well.
That's not good.
Just had an MRI.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
How was the snow?
beautiful.
Powder?
Yep,
That's
we
nice.
had something like 10 inches this last week, so it's good.
Wow.
My gosh.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
Do you ski, Julie, Jackie?
What's that?
Jackie, you do, don't you? You guys have got a place in Steamboat Springs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carol
Love
used to go there.
Steamboat. It's one of my favorite places
It's
to
hardly any
ski.
snow. Yeah, this is a 3-day weekend and we were gonna go, but it just doesn't make sense because they just don't have much.
Oh, really? Gosh.
It's really dry here too.
Hey, Grace, why don't you text your sister? She was supposed to get on with us.
Will
You
do.
may have forgotten it.
So I don't know about you guys, but when we have Zooms from several different states, everybody forgets that everybody's in a different time zone.
Yeah.
So it becomes what time is where and where is everybody, and we spend half the Zoom trying to figure out if people are coming or not.
Uh-huh.
Susan? Gloria is waiting to get in. It says that you'll let her in soon. She's been waiting.
Oh, yeah? I don't see the,
Oh, see?
Click on participants, Susan.
no, usually there's a light up at a message up at the top.
I know, click on participants to see who's in your waiting room.
I'll get him.
No, I can do it, Mom.
Susan?
I'm clicking, Carol.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm used to seeing a hand move. I didn't know if you heard me.
Yeah,
What did you do? Kick
I
his
did.
shoe?
Sorry.
She's not showing up that she's waiting to get in. Lindsay and Candace said they weren't gonna make it. Shirley and Diane and Judy probably are not gonna make it.
Well, I
Was it-
can probably update you a little bit on that side of the world.
Okay,
Okay,
So
update away.
stand up.
Candace is happily relocated to be close to her
Stand up.
brother Lindsay in Tucson
Right.
after the untimely death of her husband
Your chair.
and the even more untimely death of Lindsay's son. So they're happy to be around each other. Lindsay, after a long, I don't know how many year career, at least 40, he's getting ready to retire next
Oh,
Good.
good.
He's not exactly sure what they're going to do, but they seem to be always very busy moving and remodeling. So I expect that will change. And then cousin Shirley, who's Grace's and my age, she has moved to be closer to her two sisters in Boise.
With Auntie Uma.
Yeah, and Uma, gosh, she's getting up there too. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
she's
heard
as
she's-
old as my mom, but
I heard that she's losing her memory.
Yeah, she's been formally diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so Shirley is tagged. She's living with her, and it's nice because the two sisters can help her out. So
Here's Gloria. Gloria's coming in on her phone, I think. So Julie, are you and Kevin still in Davis?
yes, so
Okay.
we've been here several decades. Um, I've been retired for 3 years. Kevin is taking the slow drip retirement, and he's working 1 day a week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Where is
One
your
day a
daughter?
week?
1 day a week.
Oh, that's nice. How does he
Yeah.
remember
What do you-
which day it is?
I think for the most part, he never does. So he's a bargain right now. But how many of you have been able to get the COVID vaccine?
No.
I'm scheduled for the 28th.
Congratulations.
My son's a physical therapist and he's gotten the COVID, but nobody else has yet.
So
Get vaccinated?
Oh, good.
mom got hers 2 weeks ago and
Good.
dad got
Wow.
hers yesterday. So they're on their way.
Deal.
That's good. Yeah, here they vaccinated everybody, in the nursing homes and hospitals and the staff, and now they're headed into the people over 70. So I called up and got my appointment.
So dad, when he got his yesterday, he fell asleep when they were giving it to him. And just as they were going to give it to him, he has this habit of scratching his head. And Scott says just right when they had the needle to his arm, he reached up and started
Oh, no.
scratching his head.
Oh,
You didn't have any reaction, did you?
Daddy hasn't either.
And you felt fine.
well, that's good.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Carol? Have you gotten your shots?
No, no. I have no idea when they're even. I have no idea when we're going to get ours. We're hoping, we're going up to Mayo Clinic in Rochester at the beginning of February. We're hoping we can get something scheduled up there for the first shot.
Oh, you
We-
should be able to get it there.
We
Yeah.
should be able to, but I mean, it's still, I don't think anybody knows. I mean, I have a friend who's in Arizona, and she and her husband have volunteered to work to schedule people for shots so that they can be in line to get their shots. So I think it just depends on what state you're in and how well organized the state is.
So Carol, are you in Minnesota? Is that what Sue said? Where are you?
I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay Packers are playing today. What is that, for the division championship or the division or conference? I'm not sure.
Who knows? I mean, I have I've inherited 3 honking grandsons with my husband, and I'm sure they're all wrapped around the TV. But me, I just I'm busy sewing. Thank you.
So Julie and Jackie, what are your kids doing these days?
Let's see. So we have 2 daughters. Cassa's our oldest. She's 27.
Oh my gosh.
And she majored in journalism from University of Missouri, which is a really good journalism school. But as you guys can figure out, journalism is a dying industry. She was paid nothing. So she went ahead and moved into a marketing position at a startup technology firm. And she's doing great. And it's really funny because she'll say, yeah, they have me lead these WebEx conferences. I don't know what the shit I'm talking about, but people seem to like it. So that's good, right? And then Elise is our 23-year-old, and she majored in mechanical engineering and applied math, and she works for a aerospace consulting firm and just completed a project where they were testing things to put on satellites. I don't fully understand it. So she's
Wow.
our rocket scientist. She's doing great.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Impressive.
About their cat.
Oh, yes. And mom says, tell about, so Elise has a cat, which, so Carol and Elsie, we have a brother, Julie and I do, named Bruce. And as luck would have it, the cat that Elise adopted, its name in the shelter was Bruce. So we die laughing when she says, yeah, they said Bruce's teeth were a little not very good and he's a little overweight. And my Scott goes, are you talking about Bruce the cat or Bruce the boy? Bruce the brother.
Here's Bruce.
Tell them about Kevin the cat.
Oh, God. So she's worried that Bruce the cat is lonely and needs a companion. So she went to the shelter again and she sent us a picture. I died laughing. As luck would have it, the cat's name is Kevin, which is Julie's husband's name.
All in the family.
That's right. That's right. It'll be easy to remember, Grace, won't it?
Yes.
So you're gonna get that cat for Bruce's companion?
I don't know. She's debating about it. Bruce has a lot of medical issues. So she kind of got snookered by the shelter. So she's had him for a little over a year, and she's probably put $2,000 of vet bills into him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He's sort of he's our, what would you call it? Child with a disability in our family.
My stepmother, Marty, was married to my dad. Her grandson just adopted the kittens that Marty and Lori have been weaning and doctoring and rescuing. And they're in really good shape and beautiful cats, but one of them swallowed his, he had one of those, what do you call those earrings that makes a big hole in your ear?
Gauge.
Yeah, he swallowed some pieces of that. I don't know. Anyway, they took an x-ray and they said, look, so they had to open him up and get it out, and that was $2,500.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
So we're sending money to Marty's grandson, and they've got a GoFundMe thing on Facebook, and
They should look into pet insurance, maybe.
yeah, I think so.
Julie, tell them about Kira.
She lives close to Candace in Arizona, and she'll be finishing up her PhD in public health, hopefully sometime this year. So she has a significant other. She's been living with her boyfriend for a couple years now, and he's a third-year medical student at University of Arizona. So she's just been a professional student since she's graduated college, so.
We finally got Gloria here. How you doing, Gloria?
Hi, Gloria.
Can't hear you.
She can't hear us.
Her microphone is not muted. But
Let's
I
see.
couldn't hear her talking. Whoops, there she goes.
Here she goes.
Is she out again?
She's the one that's got all the cats.
She had what, 4 or 5, Grace?
5, I think she has. 5 kittens.
Wow.
I know she's not supposed to have them where she lives, but keeps her dauber up, makes her happy.
So Grace, tell us about your family. What's up with everybody?
Well, I've got 3 of the 4 kids are back in town, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And so my oldest is still in Bellingham, Washington, and she has a custom jewelry design business.
Ooh.
Just made a connection with some women in some Asian countries she went to visit on a mission with women that had been human trafficked. So she was teaching them how to make her jewelry online, and then COVID hit. So that's kind of taken a back seat, but it's a new adventure. She's married to someone who works for the health department up there. And then my second one, Jessie, is still in town. She's a VP of a bank here in accounting and compliance, and her husband is a manager for Burlington Northern in Pasco, so he drives every day. And my third one, JT, came back. He's managing all the vocational programs, the STEM programs in the district. His wife's an accountant. And then the youngest one just came back to town. He earned his PhD in his physical therapy and has passed his boards this summer. And his wife is a first grade teacher in College Place. So it's nice to have 6 of the grandkids in town.
Wow. You have 6 grandkids?
Well, between Jan and I, we've got 15. So
Wow.
because he's got 4 kids too. So
Wow.
lots of kids to go around.
I told my 2 girls we talked last night or FaceTime, I says, I'm ready for grandkids. And they looked at each other and said, you first. You first.
Whoops.
Sounds like Grace can send you a couple.
Yeah.
I could.
Oh, and Grace, are you still teaching?
Yes. This year and next year, and then I'm going to retire. Can hardly wait. This online stuff is pretty rugged.
I've lost you all. I don't know what I did. Let's try this.
Oh.
My daughter-in-law has been trying to teach kids how to read online. And
Oh,
Is-
can't even imagine. I can't
she was
imagine.
one of my students. I said, well, Jessica, why are you teaching middle school kids like I am? She goes, I could hardly stand myself when I was a middle schooler.
Oh, boy. Well,
So
there's going
now
to be
is
a lot of
middle
kids that
school.
are not learning to their grade level when life resumes as normal.
No, and it's just been really hard to keep families just hopeful and moving forward. And tempers flare. We've had kids that have tried to commit suicide. It's
Wow.
really hard to keep everybody else maintained and moving forward and hopeful. It's just a really tough place to be because online is just not a good fit for everybody.
No.
Well, not only that, the stress of not having jobs and food and knowing whether you can pay your rent, it's pretty
Yes.
ugly.
Yeah.
That's probably more than just not being able to go to school.
Right. I'll have kids, right? Well, my brother and I had our birthdays this month. We wish we could have had a birthday cake. Okay, gotta go get a birthday cake. It's just little things that are so helpful to families and just give them hope.
So Colorado has people that are attracted to come here because there's so many outdoor things to do. So people are really outdoorsy, athletic. My husband and I went for a bike ride this morning. It literally, I've never seen it so crowded on because we live by the foothills. So we ride over the dams and that. And I mean, it was just packed with people. The parking lots were full. The roads were covered with bikes and runners, and it was crazy because people, that's all you can do, right? Can't go anywhere. So we're just overrun.
My youngest son and his wife lived in Henderson, Nevada, next to Las Vegas. I went and visited, and we went to Zion National Park, and we hiked the Narrows. And Gene pulled up an article in late December, and it said there was in there the water is toxic. And this park ranger was reporting that he hadn't even gone a mile and he had cleaned off thousands of handprints and monikers and things off of the rocks. And he says, I carried out poop. He said, had 9 pounds of human feces. People had just left in the park. It was awful.
Gosh.
So, yeah, I think our parks are getting overrun.
Gloria, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I finally got you all connected.
Yeah, I saw. That's
How
good.
many
Well,
cats do you have now, Gloria?
I'm sorry?
How many cats?
Oh, 5 inside and 1 outside.
Oh my gosh.
You can say that again.
That's a lot of cat food.
I thought you found some homes for those cats.
No, pandemic hit before we started screening people, and I found a home for the first 4, and 1 out of this litter. But then they got too big, and the pandemic was on, and I didn't want a bunch of people running through. So I was going to give them to Humane Society, but somebody told me that Humane Society lets them go to people who have snakes, and they use them for snake food. Yeah, ooh, indeed.
They use the kittens for snake food.
Do I use what?
They use the kittens for snake food.
Yes.
Did you really check that out? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like something somebody made up.
No,
There's
it's
so
right.
much being made up. You can't believe half of what you hear.
Oh, and
I
did you,
remember when I was a preschool teacher and we had a snake in our room, and the other teacher who shared the room used to go to a pet store and bring in baby mice.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
usually what they feed snakes or mice,
Yeah.
not kittens.
But
Well,
she had a breakdown one day. I didn't know. We were setting up the room and she started screaming and crying. She says, I just can't do this anymore. And I said, do what? She said, bring in these mice for the snake. And I said, ooh, I didn't know that's what you were doing. Gosh, I wouldn't do it either.
Well, scientists have been known to do something to the mice, inject them or something, raise them for 3 months, and then throw them in the blender so that they can look at the cell smears. So, all kinds of things happen to animals.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, how's Carol and Dean's kids? See,
Oh,
Aaron
Carol is-
and Jeremy.
You're doing well. I saw Jeremy in November, and he's up in Post Falls. He's doing the disability pieces for one of the community colleges up there, and they love him. So he had been conversing with somebody by email over some of the policies and the way that you set those up. So they asked him to come, and he knew it was big. It was BU was the initials for the university, and they says, okay, where are you? They said Beirut. So he's made a couple of trips over to Beirut to
Oh, good. Oh,
be a lecturer. So that was kind of interesting.
wow.
Did he enjoy the trip?
He did, and he got some recipes, so he cooked for us when he came back. And
Yay.
and then Erin is she's living in Marysville, but she's working out of Seattle. And her job is the King County coordinator for youth prevention for marijuana use and opioid use. So a big umbrella.
I remember when I was starting college and we had our choices that we could be a secretary or a teacher or a nurse, I think it was.
Yes, amazing. One of our little Latino girls that came through our school, she is now a construction manager, and we have all these projects going in our school district, and here she's out there managing all these people. I thought that is darn exciting.
That's like Carol's niece. She does that. Project
Yeah,
manager.
my niece. Yeah, my niece was a project manager for a relatively large construction company in Salt Lake, and now she's been promoted to their, she's doing something with their software and communication stuff. It's a whole new ballgame for women. It's
It
awesome.
certainly is.
Ilsa, don't you do that? You're our construction manager.
Oh, lighting project manager for lighting fixtures.
Oh,
With the same
Similar.
company.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, Ilsa and her husband went up to the house that they're building in Chelan, Washington, just north of Wenatchee. And so, let's see, Marty and I and Carol and Dean met them in Chelan, had lunch, went out to see their new house. It's really exciting. It's going to be so beautiful.
Once it gets done.
Yeah, and once it gets done, they can retire and then we'll be closer. It's about
Oh.
2 hours drive from here.
Mom wanted me to show you, Dad was part of the 442nd, which I think
Yeah.
a lot know. And so we took him back to Washington DC to get the Congressional Gold Medal.
That was great.
Wow,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
isn't that cool?
Mhm.
did you make that or did they make that for you?
No, Mom's family friends, Henry, right? The Strohs, I don't know if you know, but the son-in-law put it all together.
Oh, look at a young Uncle Jack there.
He good looking?
Yeah.
So the funny story was that we flew him out there, and the pilot somehow knew that he was flying out to get the Congressional Gold Medal. So at the airport in Denver, they had a layover because they still lived in Idaho. The pilot from the United Airlines came and he says, "Mr. Tominaga, I understand you're going to be my VIP on my flight. And I am so honored to take you. I'll do everything to make your flight smooth. And we're so honored." Anyway, so he gets on, and when he flies up in the air, you know how they say, "Hey, we're at 30,000 feet. You can take off your seatbelts and walk around." Well, instead, he introduced Dad and
Ah,
said, "We've got
Wow.
a VIP on board, and he's going to get a Congressional Gold Medal. It's Jack Tominaga." And I looked at Dad. He is sound asleep, snoring. So then we asked Dad the most memorable part of the trip, and you think it would be the getting the Congressional Gold Medal. Well, no, what it was is the stewardess came down the aisle and she goes, "Mr. Tominaga, you are our VIP. You can have anything on my cart for free." So Dad's most memorable moment was he got a free can of Pringles.
That's a big deal.
Oh, that's great.
He loves his Pringles.
Gina and I
And
went to
Toshi,
Hawaii.
have you received your a birthday gift yet?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I
not
get
yet.
birthday gifts every day from the kids.
Ah,
Okay.
Julie sent, there's some rice crackers that I like. And by the way, Julie, there must have been 100 packages in there.
I said 20. They said 20 to me. It was more than 20.
Well, it was a big box just chock full.
Oh, well, you got a few more than what you
Yeah.
shared.
You'll be able to eat that for quite a few years. They probably charged you arm and leg. I get disgusted with the way they take advantage of the price. You know, when you order it like that.
yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? You don't have a Japanese food store there, so we got to ship it to you.
Well,
From
that,
where? Japan?
No, I just go on Amazon and
Oh,
get. I wish there were more local places I could do it, but
we got a Japanese food store here.
Fort Collins used to have one, but it went broke.